Aloha and welcome back, F1 Manager Nation. This is F1 Manager Legend with today's installment of races. So we got 2 free crates and a gold crate to open. I have not done any races. I have not made any changes to my cars or drivers since the last video. Hopefully we get an epic crate. That would be awesome. I don't think it's going to happen, but that would be great. There, 2 rares. That's alright. See, that's why the race crates... oh, sorry, that was a gold crate. Never mind. Let me get off my soapbox. Alright, so at the beginning of this video, I'm going to ask you to please hit the subscribe button. I'm not going to tell you to hit the notification button unless you want to know when my next video drops. And any likes or comments for the videos would be... in my last video, I asked if you're subscribing or if you're commenting to let me know where you are from, what country. If you want to add the city, that would be great as well. I can't tell you how excited I was this morning when I woke up and I noticed that Brazil, the Netherlands, actually, you know what? How about I do this? Alright. And we can go inbox. So Lucas Vidal, Fabio Rodriguez, John Dwyer, Chris Sharp, Tarek Ametaglu, Kenny Hemmelings, FACR Death Grips from the UK, Tarek Ametaglu is from Turkey. I got Ryan Rusnik from the Netherlands, Lucas Vidal from Brazil, Rainer Schipers, Alex, Berat Gul, Pijlum, not sure if I'm pronouncing that right, Dustin Bellevue, Lucas Vidal. I believe you asked me what I think of Sebastian Vettel. Yeah, you did. I will show you what I think of Sebastian Vettel in just a second. Sorry. I'm going to pause this until it loads. Okay, so here is what I think of Sebastian Vettel. I think when you get Sebastian Vettel at level 1, he's a pretty good choice. Mainly the only reason why I don't use him is because of his tire management. 77 right now at this point in this account. Like 75 is about as low as I want to go on tire management. I don't know how long a pit stop takes, but let's just say a pit stop adds 12 seconds to your race. If he is below 75 tire management, he's going to have to pit every 2 laps with soft tires. You might be able to stretch it out to 3 laps, but you're not going to be able to give your car any power. You're going to have to go low power the whole time in order to stretch it to 3 laps. Having to pit after 2 laps with soft tires is not acceptable in this game. You need to have a driver that's going to give you at least an option of getting 3 laps on a soft tire. If you're giving you the option of getting 3 laps on a soft tire, that means they can give you 5 laps on a hard tire, which is 8 laps total, and that's a one-stop strategy. That's how I look at it. The fuel management is not as important. That's just kind of going to dictate how long they can sprint at the end. But even with Kvyat at 39 fuel management, he's still able to give me 4 good laps of sprinting at the end, although his fuel management is awfully low. Consistency comes into play with your qualifying. If your driver has low consistency, the way Romain Grosjean does, Daniel Kvyat is going to qualify, say, between 8th and 11th. Romain Grosjean might qualify between 5th and 18th. That's what consistency means. So yes, Grosjean is a faster driver, but if he qualifies in 18th, that's a lot of time to make up in a race. That's only 8 laps. Defending is actually very important. My first time through the game, I didn't really need it, but if you have high defending when you're in the race and you're driving with low power, you're going to notice that a gap is going to build up in front of you between a car ahead of you, but all the cars behind you will be stuck behind you. Overtaking, that basically lets you know how quickly your driver is going to pass slower cars. If you have low overtaking and you're using the zoom in feature during the race, when you give your driver full power, you will notice that he just kind of pushes the car ahead of him along during the whole straight. If he has better overtaking, you'll notice that your driver will pass a little bit quicker. And wet weather ability has to do with what happens when it rains. Since the last update, I can tell you that it tends to rain a lot more during the races. Even on the drier races, it still tends to rain pretty often. So they need to fix that algorithm or whatever. Am I missing anything? I think I covered everything once again. But that's what I think of Sebastian Vettel right now at level 1. I could use him. I think it might be okay, but I don't think he's the best option that I have right now. I think George Russell's a pretty good option. Never mind, he's worse than Vettel. As you can see, I'm using Grosjean and Kvyat. No, wait, I just looked at George Russell. Lando Norris, no overtaking. His tire management is nice, so he'll actually be able to pass a lot of cars when they have to pit. Because again, with that tire management, you can do a lot of the races on a one-stop strategy. especially if his fuel management is 68. That's pretty good too. And his consistency is pretty high at 50. The only problem is that overtaking. I got Max Verstappen. You can see his stats are awfully low. I believe the game took the most popular drivers and made them epic, because you hardly ever get any of their assets, so they're hoping that you're going to spend money buying these assets. I'm not going to tell you not to do it. I'm not going to tell you to do it. You know, it's your choice how you want to play the game. As you guys know, if you watch all of my videos, when you first start, you're in Series 1. When you win enough flags to get to Series 2, they offer you a bonus package if you spend money. And the same thing with 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I believe I spent money on 4 of the 6 possibilities, and I know I got 5, 6, and 7, which is why my bucks are so high. The nice thing is, when you get the Series 2, the offer, I believe it's like $1.99, and then this one's $2.99, $3.99, $4.99, $5.99, $6.99. I believe that's how it goes. It might be $7.99, $6.99, whatever. But on both of my accounts, that's the only time I ever really spent money, was just to have that, which gives you a little bit of leverage in the game. So if you play this game and you use my start slow to finish fast strategy, you should have a higher win percentage than before. And with that win percentage, you might have noticed that you tend to stack up a lot of standard crates in your empty slots. I think it's worth it to buy those series bonuses, just because it gives you the option to clear out some of those standard crates. Which will give you, which will give you a lot of the standard parts upgrades, or assets, sorry, as well as some of the rare ones. But the rare and the epic assets are really going to come in the gold and higher crates, as well as the race crates. Every now and then you'll get an epic out of a free crate as well. So there's really no need to spend money. It's just going to take you longer to get up there, but just know that most people aren't going to spend the money that they want in order to get, you know, that epic wing to level 10. Because it's going to be 400 to start, and then it's, what, like, I think it's like 50 for each asset that's available. I think it's going to give me 20 assets. Sorry, 20 assets at the most. And the first asset is 50, the second asset is 60, the third asset is 70. So it can get expensive really fast if you try and do it that way. I'm not saying that you can't afford it, but I believe most of the people watching my videos are trying to figure out how to win without spending money. I can't think right now of anything else, any other information I need to give you guys. So I don't know if you guys know, you might be new, or you might have been playing the game and never figured it out, but if you hit your name bar where your flags are, 1170, If you click on that, it will bring up this screen, and from here you can go customize car, and you can get a better view from whichever angle you want, as well as zoom out, zoom in. And then underneath you can see it gives you an option to pick your livery. That's how it's pronounced, Americans. It's not liveries, it's liveries. And you basically have these 4 options that are available at the beginning. These other options, these are all pay options if you want to spend 80 bucks. I actually purchased this livery. No, sorry, it was this one. I actually purchased this livery on my first account because I really like that paint job. I just think that's really cool. I was torn between getting this one or this one, but in the end I chose that one. I like this one as well, although this is kind of definitely a Mercedes car. That is horrible. I do not like this one at all. This one's pretty tight. The only problem is you can't change the color pattern on any of these. You know, it would be nice if you could purchase the colors, those metallic colors, and then apply that to whatever of these liveries that you wanted. However you wanted, that would be awesome. But this is my current livery. I noticed that there are no American manufacturers in F1. So being an American, I wanted to give a little shout out, hence the blue and white, as well as the name. I like that livery. This one I'm not sold on. I like this livery as well as this one. However, if I was going to do this livery, I believe I would probably go this route. I like that color pattern. Or if I was going to go this one, I'd probably do the same color pattern. That's pretty solid. Or that one. But that's just me because of obviously the name. I'm kind of bound to the color I need to use. But that's a pretty tight color pattern as well. Actually, no, that's not good. Don't like it. I think I was using that one in my first videos. Oops. No, don't like it. No. All right, livery. Let's go with that one. So that's how you can pick your car color or paint scheme, as Americans call it. But just know everywhere else they call that a livery. Okay, if you guys have any questions, hit me up in the comments. I showed you my setup. Those are the parts I'm using. And these are the parts that I have available. Alright, so if you got any questions about my setup, it's trial and error. You got to figure out the best way to balance your car. I believe a balanced car is the best. If you're doing races that have a lot more straights, you might be able to substitute a little bit of grip for more aero. If you have a track that has more turns, you might want to be able to sacrifice some aero for grip. Keep the reliability as high as possible so you don't have to deal with broken parts. And with that, the power kind of falls into the range that it's going to fall into. Okay, so let's get to some races. So I haven't won one of these races yet. So I don't think I want to lose. So I'm going to start here. I know you guys see me win a lot, but that doesn't mean that I always win. I go through periods sometimes where I lose. And mainly when that happens, that lets you know that you have an issue with your setup. I believe the game matches you up with equal lap times. I'm sorry, not lap times, race times. So when I race people, sometimes I start at the back, they start at the beginning. And there's sometimes when I actually win those races. There's sometimes when I lose them, but I kind of feel like I made a mistake. And then there's some races that I never stood a chance. But that's racing. Okay, so this track is a short, fast track. It's not going to rain, so we don't need to worry about wet tires. We're getting 4 laps with softs. It's an 8-lap race. So I am going to go with the soft tires. One of my drivers is going to have to go 3-3-2. The other one is going to go 4-2-2. So whoever is second is going to do the 3-3-2. The reason why is because if I make the first guy do the 3-3-2, they wind up being close together at lap 6. So you can see Grosjean is making up some places and creating that gap. of which the time is 2 seconds. My pit stops are 5 seconds. Nice move, Kvyat. So you can see how hard it is to make up places early in the race. Which is why the 4.22 is actually better on this racetrack. Look at how slow my guys move. So Grosjean is racing. Okay, so he's trying to go 4 laps on those soft tires. And he has a 5-position lead. So right now he is winning this race. Both my drivers are in full power mode. So he is starting lap 8, and his tires are going to go on him. Just in time for all these turns at the end of the lap. Which, if anyone saw the 2008 race, they know that is not good, because that is exactly how Timo Glock lost that race. Or, sorry, lost that position at Lewis Hamilton. There you go. Cool, we won a gold crate. Okay, I'm going to pause this video, see if I can get rid of some of this lag. Raul Fernandez Ojeda G. So my only bit of advice for Suzuka is you want to cover the four laps, just in case there's not a big enough gap between your drivers. Okay, so this whole race should be in the wet. This whole race should be in the wet. So we will see what we get. So we're using the same driver, so there shouldn't be an advantage there. The only advantage will be in the car setup. They are 2 seconds apart. So we're still doing pretty good. The drivers are 2.5 seconds apart. I've got at least another 2 laps on their tires. Ew, that's not good. So I had the same caveat to make up that breakdown time. Ooh, and he's gonna stack his drivers. Ooh, that's horrible. Oops, I think I might have sent him a little bit early. Oh, really? Okay, so we are sprinting to the end. Hit Grosjean, go. Pretty good race. Alright, I'm now 45th. Is that demotion zone? Nope, I'm in a promotion zone. Oh yeah, I'm safely in a promotion zone. There's still a whole bunch of guys that aren't playing. Okay. Up to 62. Pause it again. Alright, we are in Australia. Is it just me or does that lake in the middle look like a meat and two veg? Okay. Car going by, sorry. Okay, so we have hard tires that will give both my drivers 5 laps, and soft tires that will give both my drivers 3. So I'm going to start on hards. You see how much fuel he's using? You see how he's not gaining any places? The concertina effect on the first lap keeps all the cars kind of bunched up. You really don't do much passing. Once again, like I'm only, what, a quarter of my tires used. Still racing? Yes, he is. That dude's gonna run out of gas. So Kvyat's going to be pitting. And as you can see, my drivers have a 5-second gap in between them. So watch this. You gotta let him by. Okay. Nope, still haven't let him by. Alright, I need Kvyat to get ahead. Sorry, I need Grosjean to get ahead. Which he is doing because Kvyat's on hard tires. Oh, Kvyat just went to the pits. There you go. You can see tire strategy. Had a lot to do with that because the driver started in 6th place. And the other driver started off in the 20s, I believe. maybe in the teens, high teens. But still, yeah, there's no way I should have been able to beat him other than he did not have a good strategy. Start slow, finish fast. One of my drivers was on a one-stop strategy. The other one was on a two-stop. Okay. I still don't feel I'm fast enough for a Series 7 race. I haven't won one of these races yet, and I haven't really upgraded my car that much. I don't think it's going to be worth it to do one of these. I think I did. Actually, I think I did win some of these races. I'm sorry. But I haven't won any lately. You know, let's give it a shot. Okay, I can handle that. And my drivers get 3 laps. So here is my best strategy. Can't give him too much of a boost. You just want to help him get going. Hopefully he doesn't lose a position. If he gains any, that's awesome. So the good news is I do not have to worry about stacking my drivers. I can tell you that much right now. I know a lot of people are tempted to try and catch up and pass the rivals early in a race, like right now. But the best thing to do is to just chill, relax. You can't win the race on the first lap, but your rival can use up his tires as well as his fuel, which, as you can see, based on my tires compared to his are worn down a lot more, which means he's going to have to pit after 2 laps, and he's most likely going to put on hard tires. As you can see, on the lap that a lot of the drivers are going to be pitting, my drivers are actually driving fast. And I'm going to call them both into the pits. So my rival's going to have a huge stacking issue. So do you see his, look, see how that one car is just sitting there waiting? That's stacking. That's what you don't want to do. So once again, we are going to cruise it. So we conserved for 2 laps, and we went fast for 1. Now we're going to conserve for another 2 laps. We're going to go fast for 1 and pit, just like we just did. And when we come out of the pits, we're just going to go fast. Sorry, high power. I don't know if you guys noticed, but I never use the medium power setting. To me, that's a waste. So I'm going to make up all those positions with those guys in the pit. Soft, soft. You can see Grosjean is up into 2nd place. And Vettel's tires went off the edge. Watch how slow he's going to be in pit lane. Nice move. There you go, another win. Although I should have won that race because I had a huge lead. He did a good job with getting Vettel up into 5th. I commend you, sir. For some reason, you allowed Bottas to slip all the way down because that last lap you tried to stretch it with ball tires. It's the last thing you want to do. You would have been better off pitting and putting on hard tires and letting them rip for the last lap if you had any fuel left. It doesn't seem like you had much fuel left because you were racing at the beginning of the race. So anyone that has seen one of my videos knows I just don't agree with trying to go fast at the beginning. And I believe I've given you enough evidence to prove my point. Let me know in the comments. Do you guys think it's worth going fast in the beginning? Does anybody have a strategy that's more consistent than what I have. I forget who it was, but somebody posted a question that in the Series 7 races I wasn't winning. And he was right, I wasn't. I don't think my car was set up properly. I think I moved up without having the right parts available, which is, I guess, another lesson. I told you don't go up until you win all of the flags. In Series 6, I'm going to say don't go up in Series 6 until you feel really comfortable, like you're not having any problem winning any of these races. If you're struggling winning any of these races and you move up, I think you're going to have a really hard time. But I'm back up to 5.462 million. Oh, that's where I was 3 days ago. I think right now the timing is good for me. I think all of the really good players are sleeping on the East Coast. But apparently I got people subscribing from all around the world, which absolutely blew my mind. That just, when I woke up today and I saw that, I was just like, I was floored. I can't even tell you how much that just floored me. In case you guys don't know, I am on the island of Maui in the state of Hawaii in the country of America, the United States. This is a weird race. You know what? I'm just gonna go with the soft tires. Wow! Are you serious? I am so glad I filmed that. I think this is the angle I want. No, that's the angle I want right there. Alright, back it out a little bit. Let's go to Grosjean. Okay, I guess the good news is his drivers are close. And I think we're going to be able to go through our first pit stops before it starts raining. Open up that yellow standing bar. You can see we got all hard tires ahead of us, a bunch of soft tires that are going to be coming into pits. So we should make up some positions. Hopefully the track opens up a little bit ahead of Grosjean so we can go high power with Grosjean. Make up enough positions that I don't have to stat, which I don't think it's going to work out. Okay, Okay, caveats. I'll let you go a little bit further ahead. Alright, caveat, you can go. Alright, let's see what we get. Rain kind of threw a wrench in my planning, but I think it's going to be okay. So my only hope is that by going slow that first lap, I conserved enough fuel as well as my tires to give me an advantage. I still have half tires, so I might be able to get 2 more laps. I don't think he can race for 2 more laps on his tires. He might be able to make it another lap. I don't know, we're about to find out. He's obviously racing, but only with one of his drivers. There he goes. Yes, thank you. Yeah, but Kvyat's tires are blown, so he's still gonna get the win. Yeah, sour grapes. That was an exciting race, though. Look, he's taking my coins. Never do this. It's not worth it. Okay, so 50% on series. I'm gonna give this one more shot. I can spare 2 million and start tomorrow with 1.4 if I have to. That does not look good. I'm really interested to see how long my tires last. Three to five, 3 to 5. All right, let's do it. Let them both through. That's not good. Don't care. I really wish they wouldn't tell me that. I wish I could turn them off. Okay, so he is racing. If you want to know how I know, look at that gap that's building up. So my guess is 2 laps and then put on the hard tires. Well, 3. I don't know. We'll see. So we're conserving fuel. I don't know if my fuel management is high enough to do the strategy I want. But the key to this race is to be patient. So again, as you can see, you really don't do much passing, especially on this course. No stacking. Looks like my win percentage might be 33%. Well, dude, I could not do any better. I took 8th and 10th. From where I started, that is no slouch. Well, he's just better. I mean, obviously he had a lot more flags than me. Well, that was a good indication. But you guys wanted to know what happens when I'm going against better people. I still finish as best as I can, because the only thing that really matters is these race crates. So he was using Perez and Grosjean, I think. I know he was using Perez, but you can see where my Perez is. His Perez is most likely a level 4. I think when you go up to level 4, you get a boost in defending and fuel management. I think what weatherability with Perez. I could be wrong. Okay. Can I upgrade a part? No. Nope. Alright, I believe if I upgraded all these parts, which is what I should have done, so I'm wasting my money racing. It's not going to be worth it. It's not going to be worth it. It's not going to be worth it. I'll take that. So once again, I'm right back where I was. I need grip. That gives me grip. That takes grip away. That gives me grip. It takes a ton. 4. I'm gonna lose. Ugh. I think I'm still gonna need to do that though. It's laser lock. I have the strongest car setup still. Yeah, the hardest thing to get is grit. That's 2 minus 10. Best I can possibly have. I spend $1 million right now. Usually, yeah. Well, that's not worth it. All right. So tomorrow I have to go down into the lower tier races. I use these ones, 5 or 6. Start building my coins back up. And I gotta start upgrading stuff. enough. I don't need to worry about making 2 million a race yet. I think that's my issue, is I'm trying to move up too fast. So anyway, so that's my plan for tomorrow. I'm sure you guys can hear my voice. I'm getting really tired. I appreciate all the support, guys. I can't tell you how much. It's awesome that you guys are taking out time of your life to listen to me ramble on about this game. So I do appreciate it. Much love, much respect. Hopefully you guys are learning some tricks. Hopefully I'm teaching you something to help you win a little bit more, which is making the game a little bit more fun for you. If you haven't already, please subscribe. I'm not going to tell you to hit the notification button. If you subscribe, my videos will pop up on your suggested list. And if you're enjoying them, I hope you keep enjoying them. I will definitely keep making them. And tomorrow the idea is, as I said, we're going to do some of these races and build up our money so we can upgrade parts and all that stuff, so we can see what we got. There might be a way to squeeze out a little bit more grip and a little bit more power in exchange for just a touch of the aero and maybe the consistency. So that's the hopes and that's the plan, and I will definitely see you guys tomorrow. Hui ho and have a nice day.